Yeah, should we get into it?
Shall we?
Oh, yeah. Welcome back, everyone, to another wonderful episode of Oh Yeah, the podcast about stories that make you go, oh yeah. Not wielding a lightsaber, but always across from me, as always,
Ben Weber, and across from me,
Ben Putz. Did I not say my name?
No, you didn't. You threw it right to me. I like that one though.
Yeah, dude. In my head, I was worried that I was like, how am I going to throw it to you and fill this space?
That was perfect though. I think if you throw it to me, as sitting across from me as always is Ben Weber, and throwing it back across from me, Ben Putz.
We're throwing, dude, a back. That was our first back-to-back, dude.
Yes.
Hey, just so everyone knows, that's how quickly we think on the fly here.
Yeah, we just threw it back and forth.
And it still ended perfectly.
It did. What can we say?
Hi, dude, BuzzFeed.
Oh, sorry. Yep.
Yeah, why doesn't BuzzFeed should pay us $1 million to save their company?
With the just great podcast bits?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
With just our professionalism and skill, dude.
Yeah, just photos of us doing podcasts on every article.
Yeah. Which Ben Weber face are you?
They're basically all just smiles.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, I watch myself on here. I'm like, why are you smiling so much, man?
Dude, be a little sad about it. We're not doing amazing.
No, yeah. You guys would know that if you were on our patreon.com/oh yeah pod.
Yes.
That's one of the ways you can help us.
Dude, and honestly, before we get completely sidetracked, let's just say that, let's just promote the Patreon. And we'll tell you all the other stuff you can do at the end.
Yes.
We've told you all the helpful things you can do with sharing the podcast.
Dude, should we come up right here live on the podcast with a fast one?
Yeah.
Check us out on Spot. Let's save it for the end. I heard someone say the other day, rate and review, all that, you know, and I was like, wow, that was so quick, and they said the thing.
I think, honestly, what we should do is, it's so in the lexicon. Our thing should just be share the podcast however you think would be helpful.
Yeah.
And we'll let you know specific ways at the end.
Yeah, how about that? If you make it through the whole thing.
Yeah, if you make it through the whole thing, we'll give you some tips and trips.
Tipsy tripsies.
Tips and tricks. But share the podcast however you see fit. But more importantly, if you would like to support and get some extra content, we really want to let you know that at patreon.com/oh yeah pod, you can get new announcement, the podcast a week early.
Yes, you can get the podcast a week early.
Yes.
That's exciting.
But guess what that means?
What does that mean?
Full-length video versions of the podcast will be live on YouTube for everyone now.
No.
Yes.
Oh, my God. You got to be kidding me. That is so exciting. I didn't have an applause button anymore, but I needed something.
Yeah, dude. But yes, you can watch full-length video versions on our YouTube channel now at Oh Yeah, the podcast. Oh, comma. Yeah. Dot.
Podcast.
The podcast.
Yeah, the podcast. Fuck.
And you can catch our clips there coming out every day, and you can watch full-length video versions of the podcast, or you can support us $5 at patreon.com/oh yeah pod. And you'll get the podcast a week early, as well as the extra Patreon pod that we're doing at the end of every episode.
Every single week, dude, you get bonus content that you're missing out on if you're not on patreon.com/oh yeah pod.
Yep, $5.
$5 a month.
We'll see you over there.
We'll see you there.
And other than that, dude, what are we talking about, dude? What's a sound that would let everyone know what we're talking about?
That's a great idea. Let me see if I can.
Let me
see if I can clickety clack one up here, dude. Yeah.
PTSD.
I think I found something perfect. Oh, what could it be?
Oh, dude, we're talking about Star Wars this episode.
It's Star Wars, dude.
Dude, let's talk about a couple overarching things with Star Wars, because we're entering dark territories with this topic.
We really are, yes. I'm a big fan of this one, but it is dark territory.
Yes, and we also have our generation viewpoint of Star Wars, I feel like.
Yes.
That, at least when I was growing up, I understood the common theory on Star Wars was opposite of what I think we're going to present.
Yep, controversial.
Controversial. But I think that is we are going to be talking about Star Wars, but we're starting with the prequels. So we're going to be talking specifically about Star Wars Episode 1 this episode.
Yes, Episode 1. Hopefully we cut in something last week. If not, who gives a fuck? You guys know the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go watch it right now if you're hearing us say this, or honestly, you know the movie enough.
Yeah.
We just watched it. We'll refresh you.
Yeah, we'll give you any details. But if you want to be hyped for next week, we're going to do Star Wars Episode 2 next week. So there you go. There's a heads up.
Holy shit. Yeah, how about next week? Yeah, you watch Episode 2 then, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you missed your homework, but yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be basically just talking about our perspective on Star Wars as it is culturally affected. So I think a good first question before we get in, Ben Weber.
Yes.
What is your view of Star Wars' effect on just culture at large? Like American culture, the culture when you were growing up, Star Wars nerds, games, movies, all of it combined. What do you think Star Wars' impact was, especially like from growing up to where it is now for you?
Wow. Okay, staying power. I guess that's what I'd say. It's got staying power,
it does, dude.
Yeah. That's, I guess, yeah. I don't know. That's hard to say. Oh, that sounded good. Mine's not going to sound as good, but here we go.
Sounded like a queef.
Sounded like I queefed a little bit. It was a bottle.
Yeah, but yeah, dude, I agree. Staying power is like huge.
Yes. So I don't know. When I was young, it was like it was all about not the prequels in my family. I would say those were like coming out, but like the original 3 for some reason
were big in like your family.
Yeah, my parents just had it was like a dope little like combo, all 3 of the originals, A New Hope, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know, I just like hyped that up. Maybe I did that myself because we had those movies.
Yeah.
But I would just see those on the shelf and be like, oh my God, this is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
The box looked cool.
Dude.
Menacing Darth Vader on there, you know? Triumphant Luke Skywalker.
It's crack for kid's brain.
It was.
A lightsaber is crack for a child's brain.
Yeah.
The concept of a lightsaber, dude.
It'll cut through anything.
What is one of a kid's swords and lasers, dudes?
Oh my God, a laser sword.
A laser sword? Oh my God.
Yes.
So yeah, I remember those moments seeing it. So was there ever a moment where you looked at it as nerdy?
Oh, for sure. I think that came a little bit later.
Yeah, when like
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually I will say my dad had a little bit of that where he wasn't a Star Wars nerd, but he like he was a nerd. I will say that about
he was
my dad
a nerd.
In a way. He was a bit of a music nerd and stuff,
But he looked down on Star Wars.
Yeah, he looked down on like that kind of nerd. He's like, oh, that's not my type of nerd.
Yeah.
Oh, comic book type nerd. I think it got classified in my mind in that way. Whereas at a certain point, I bet like when those were being released, it was not at all. It was probably like a groundbreaking thing for culture, when the original Star Wars came out.
Yeah.
But at that point, it was already kind of tied in with like, oh, it's like comic books.
Yeah.
Star Wars, Star Trek, yeah. So I don't know. It was viewed nerdy by my dad, I'd say.
Hell yeah.
But I thought it was cool as fuck,
And that's
bro.
the thing is, I think it's cool too. And I think the cultural effect it had was the prequels are, in my opinion, the bridge to Star Wars becoming cool.
Yes.
That's what it represents to me.
Oh, wow.
Because, like, even as a kid, when I watched the original Star Wars, I thought they were cool, but they're also, visual effects-wise, they are so nerdy. They're so fucking nerdy.
Yeah, and you can just feel the oldness oozing from them.
It's dripping, and that's one takeaway I had when I revisited Star Wars 1 was literally the only thing that makes something nerdy is if it doesn't look cool.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Everyone loves a laser sword when it looks dope as fuck. Everyone loves a fucking intense fight when it looks dope as fuck. But when you're in these early movies, you really it's like the podcast mindset of you had to get people who bought into how cool this idea was, this world was.
Yeah. Dude, that's so true. Because in the original A New Hope, this like after watching the prequels as they were coming out as I was younger, having that context of like already thinking those were cool.
Yeah.
And then these movies come out with way better effects and the lightsabers look way better. And then I'd go back and watch and it was just like, oh my God. The huge battle at the end of A New Hope between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader. Yeah. Where he fucking dies, dude. I was like so unimpressed by his lightsaber. You could almost kind of tell they were just like sticks clacking.
Oh, is that water?
That was water.
Hell yeah.
And it was almost gone, but it's on your table.
That's no problem.
There's water on your table.
But dude, anyways, yes, they were fighting and doing that shit.
Yes. it was a I don't know, it just was not as cool. After you see the good new one.
The good, it's not like it doesn't hit home as much.
It doesn't hit home.
Dude, I totally agree. And I think as we dive into like the analysis of Star Wars 1, we'll get to the overarching opinion.
Yeah.
But like my takeaway, should we say that up top, our opinions on the prequels versus the New Hope? Because I would say one cultural thing I noticed growing up was the prequels always got shit on.
Oh, big time.
I even shit on the prequels because I thought that's what you did.
Oh, for sure. Same here.
But looking back now, I think the prequels are dope as fuck, and I think they're better than the old ones.
Yeah, I would say they're for sure visually better. There was like elements when I was watching this one that I was like, I don't know, I guess I see maybe what people were thinking at the time.
Yeah.
You know, I got the vibe of like, all right, they're trying to like recycle some A New Hope type things, just a couple things that felt they're back on Tatooine. All these things, but like overall, I still love the story and like, I was on board. But I think so maybe it's the perfect time to go into this take then. Yeah, you know, which I think I've heard elsewhere, but you know, it's just something I identify with, where it's like every single generation has their Star Wars. Maybe we even already had this conversation. I'm not sure, but every generation has their Star Wars. When it comes out, the kids of that generation love it. Yes, it's fucking awesome to them. So then now the new ones were coming out for us, and we were like, oh, they're fucking the story up. And maybe that'll stand the test of time. Maybe people will hate the newest trilogy forever. Yeah. But that was the overwhelming thing, was like people hated on it. And I think every single time, it's like, it's not the one from my childhood. It's not the one from my childhood. Yeah. It's never going to be that. Here's my take if you put that aside. Okay. And I think this is the big thing with Star Wars in general. Yeah. Is that if you remove the My Generation and the nostalgia aspect, one, they clearly are repeating the storyline in the movies. Yeah. They do a similar thing, and they just up the visuals, because literally that's what I mean by the fact that, like, that story was so dope in the original movies. But the visual effects does pull away from that. Yeah. And then in the prequels, I think those are our generation. I think they did the coolest shit. They knew what we would like as kids and represented it well in Star Wars and got us on board with it. And now we have the benefit of seeing this next era of movies. Yeah. And I watched them all. I loved them. I thought they were good. Yeah. I still like the prequels the best because they're mine. Yeah. But I watched these new ones. I was like, Star Wars movies are literally just like showing how cool visual effects can tell this story and add to movie and storytelling. Wow, I feel like. I would agree, and I think that's like a thing now. Yeah. I think there's other franchises, like the whole Jurassic Park thing. Mm-hmm. That's another. The King Kong, that's a big one, where it's like, there's been so many King Kongs. And I used to like go to the bookstore. I'd spend a lot of time in the bookstore with my mom. Yeah. And I'd just look through the movies, and King Kong had like so many King Kongs if I look back. Yeah. And they just get progressively shittier as you look at the covers. Yeah. But at the time, every time it was like, oh my God. And I came up on Peter Jackson's King Kong, bro. Yeah, dude. That shit was terrifying, bro. That was a scary movie. But I would agree. It's like it's just, look how much better everything's getting. Look how much better. This is an awesome story. People suspend it. They already kind of know what it is. And I think even the people who make Disney who makes the movies knows that now. And we'll get into episode 1 here shortly. But like, this is just so interesting, I think, to talk about Star Wars as like its cultural effect, and like, especially on like the movie industry. But like, my take now, one of my takes is that Disney I think understands that with the movies. That's what it will always be. They know exactly what story. They just need better characters that are more representative of the audience they're trying to reach. Yeah. And they tweak it, but all the elements are the same. And the TV shows that they're doing now are the dope part, dude. They're murdering. Every single Star Wars TV show is good. Yeah. It's just well done and good. And I'm like, this is so cool. They figured out this way to like have these like legacy level, like give a generation movies to fuck with and get into the franchise and then disseminate them into these TV shows, which we can just have on these cyclical basis that just fucking print money
And we have this really cool, complex storylines there.
Yeah.
Because you can tell so much more of a complex storyline through a season of a TV show than you can in an hour and a half.
So much better. Dude, I love Mandalorian for that reason.
Yes.
It's such a good show,
Book
bro.
of Boba Fett was great.
Yeah.
Everything they've done is great on there.
I'm so excited for the Kenobi show, too. That's like a full return for us. And I think an acknowledgement of like, okay, people did care a great deal for that See, I have it conflated in my head. It was just like, it was coming out as I was young, so it was like the first one, you know, the original. So I still sometimes will say the original and mean 1, 2, 3. You know, the original story.
Dude, that is the original for us.
But yeah, in a way, yeah. And also in the timeline, it's like this was, before. It's, dude, it fucks me up so bad because like the movies are so much newer. It's hard to address in my mind that like, no, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
You know, these come after.
It
even
is
though
weird.
they look so
I always
rough.
remember being confused by that.
Yeah,
and being like this when your dumb kid brain would be like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. So you're telling me 1, 2, and 3 are crispy as fuck, and Padme makes my dick hard every time.
Oh, dude, I have that as a note, dude. It literally says Padme dick hard, dude.
Yeah. So we fucking have that, and then you're telling me the 4, 5, and 6 are shitty except for one part with Leia.
Yeah. Except for, dude, they got the incest people with that one, man.
Dude.
Yeah.
Can we? Okay, hey. I mean, fuck it. We can't not talk about this.
Okay.
Slave Leia costume.
Oh, yeah.
Has had such an effect on sexuality, dude.
Yeah.
Have you seen those like pictures where like girls are in it and they're like, what I do for my boyfriend?
Yeah.
And like how many there are? And I'm like, hey, dope, do you. You made that guy's day.
Yeah.
I'm not even saying I'd say no to it personally.
No, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, if it fell on you, I wouldn't like be mad.
It wouldn't be that bad. Dude, I always think of because the reason it's not so bad for me is because I think I've said openly on this show once before my experience the first time surfing the web for explicit things.
Yes. You were looking for porn?
Oh, I didn't want to say it.
Yeah.
Yes, I didn't want to say it so explicitly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was Friends related, the TV show Friends related. And there is an episode of Friends where Ross, who is dating Rachel in the show, who is Jennifer Aniston in real life.
Yeah.
Dime piece that I was somewhat obsessed with in my childhood.
Diggity, dime.
Dang. Yeah, dude. That's Jenny Annie. She does that in one of the episodes. She dresses up for Ross in the like Leia thing. He like requests it or something from her.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I was like, oh my god, dude.
Yeah,
Jennifer
dude.
Aniston in the thing.
It's hot. It's like and here's what's wild is it's not one of those things that like, yes, it's hot because it's just revealing and just naturally sexualized.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
But because it's Star Wars, for some reason it's hotter because it's that.
Yeah, it's like putting her into that role in that world.
Yeah.
And dude, Jenny Annie's a dime piece.
She's a dimmity dibbity dime, dude.
Dibbity dibbity dime. Yeah.
Dude,
that's okay, dime. I was saying dime. Dime.
Dude, but here's the thing. Above all else, those early movies and everything just were like, they're important. They're culturally important.
Yes,
and they're important to a lot
groundwork.
of people. And we came up in a time where our movies were getting shit on by the past generation who currently had the media because we were all 14, 13, 12 or whatever.
Yes.
And then they all were on forums being like, these fucking movies are ruining the fucking entire franchise.
Yeah.
We're like, I just like seeing Mace Windu. Mace Windu is cool. I like that we have Mace Windu now.
I know, dude. I have a couple things like that. I want to get into Mace Windu, but that's like future. I'm worried. I don't want to get too over.
Yeah, we can't get ahead of ourselves. Let's talk about episode 1, dude. Let's get into episode 1.
Yeah.
Where do you want to start, dude?
Let's see here. I think I had a
we're not going to just recap the whole movie for you. We assume you've seen it, or if you haven't, hopefully you'll like this.
Yes. So here's this was my start, a possible start idea. Was just seeing, I almost did it again, seeing Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn for the first time as it enters, and it just got me so hyped for the Kenobi show.
Dude, yes.
Yeah, that was like I'm excited to see that character
again
revisited.
He's so good at it.
Yeah, he's so good. And this was kind of like, I don't know, this one was a Qui-Gon focus a bit, the whole Anakin storyline. starting in this one.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, Obi-Wan is there for all of it and plays an important role still. But it felt like he was just getting into the character in this one.
He was very first, and here's the thing that's I think the prequels did well.
Yes.
Especially in Obi-Wan, is Ewan McGregor plays Obi-Wan so well that it doesn't seem nerdy when he does it.
No.
They started shedding the nerdiness vibe of the other ones.
Yeah.
Like, there still is some nerd shit in this, okay?
Yeah.
Some, like, negative nerd shit.
Yeah.
But they're starting to turn it into that positive, cool nerd shit.
Yes.
In this episode. And I think Obi-Wan is one of those characters that you see start developing. And, like, the fact that they're continuing it, dude, it's so good.
Yeah, dude, I'm pretty excited to see what happens. Yeah.
Dude, Ewan McGregor in general, just fucking amazing.
Great actor. There's yeah.
I fucking forget that Liam Neeson was even in Star Wars all the time.
I know, dude.
Yeah.
They've got heaters. The fact that he was in it, we'll talk about him later, but Sam Jackson.
Yeah.
Now you forget that he's in everything, but you know, you forget he's in there.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, it's crazy.
It's fucking wild. And speaking of the opening scene, I guess that's also a good point to talk about, like, when you were a kid, the Viceroy character.
Yeah, Viceroy.
The Viceroy. Dude, well, how do you feel about that in general? Do you see that, and are you off-put when you see those characters? Because it was one of those things where it was at the time when they couldn't, like, CGI in.
Yeah.
So they have, like, these characters that are, like, almost puppets moving their mouth.
Yeah.
But it's like, is that nostalgic and homey and vintage to you now? Or do you look at that as, like, ugh?
Oh, we've come so far.
Yeah, like, thank God we're not doing this anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it was just, like, because it's actually physical in that way makes it believable enough, I guess. So at the time, yeah, it was, like, cool to see again.
Yeah.
But you definitely do recognize it more now. There's no denying that you're like, oh, God. You can see the inner workings of these lips flapping in a weird way.
Yes.
Yeah. But I don't know. As a character, though, yeah.
Yeah.
Weird. I did not understand. That was one thing I will say upon rewatching. And I'd even done this like a year ago, maybe. Rewatched all the Star Wars, but didn't understand, I realized, any of the premise of, like, the Trade Federation and, like, trade being blocked off from Naboo. Yeah. I didn't understand any of what was going on at all, dude.
It's wild, dude. It's like you have to become an adult and understand the, like, global scale bad shit countries do to be like, oh, fuck, they were cutting off food and supplies to the people of that nation.
I was just like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, as a kid, you're like, wait, they just have a bunch of shifts around it? You can still go to Walmart, dude. What is going on?
These people are idiots.
Yeah.
Hop in the SUV and hit up Walmart, man.
Dude, what are you
Go
doing?
to Sam's Club, stock up.
Yeah, ask your mom, dude. Get some food.
Yeah.
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 Dude, the blockade.
Yeah. The blockade.
That's what's cool about revisiting it, is like you see how deep and complex this story kind of is. Because as a kid, that's what these movies do well, is as a kid, you watch it and you get what you want out of it, which is
bad guys, good guys.
Bad guys, good guys, laser swords, wow, 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 bang, 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 bop, 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 wow, wow, wow. My name's Jar Jar, you know? Like the whole thing.
Yeah.
And as an adult, you watch it and you're like, it is, if you take it, you give them some leeway on the special effects.
Yeah.
It is a cool story. It's a cool story that they're presenting. Like in the way these characters find their way to the end. It's a formula that works.
Yeah. Dude, I would agree. And I think there was probably, maybe I need to rewatch 4, 5, and 6 too and really get more of the
feel for
underlying story.
Maybe, hey, if this goes well, maybe we'll go back and revisit those.
Yeah, maybe, dude.
Yeah, who knows?
I mean, one thing I will say about Star Wars in my childhood, like nostalgia with it, the first TV I had in my room was this tiny little, like the size of a computer screen.
Computer screen, yeah.
Yeah, that big TV, but like a brick. It was like a fucking brick, you know? And a VHS player, and I would watch A New Hope like every
all the
night.
time.
Yeah.
Dude, we'll tap into some of those.
Yeah, we'll get into that later, but God, dude, it's in my childhood.
What time are we at?
30, probably about 25.
25?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. You want to get into some scenes we really liked?
Yes.
Dude, let's talk about the fish scene kind of in chronological order. I know there's 3 scenes that, like, I know I want to talk about. Do you have any specific ones?
I was going to go into the water as well.
Yeah, that was dope. Because, like, that's something they could not have done in the first couple. Making a realistic underwater world like that
you could not do back then. Yeah, I don't think it would have been the same
Yeah.
at all.
Hey,
Yeah.
look at Waterworld. Look at Waterworld. That's how they did it. If you've ever seen that movie, it's a trash fire fucking movie made in the same time as Star Wars.
Damn.
And it's set in the ocean, and they can't do anything underwater. And when they do, it's like shitty, like clearly in a pool thing.
Yeah.
Like they can't represent what an aquatic world looks like until episode 1.
I will say that I think that's still a thing that's like people struggle with.
Yes,
like truly
it's
doing
tough to do.
underwater. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was what was that movie? Aquaman. I think it was. I watched some clip about Aquaman where they were having a lot of trouble with like his hair.
Water
underwater.
complicates everything because it's such a free-flowing fluid, and to represent that in a fake way, you're trying to capture chaos, and that's really tough to do in a realistic way synthetically.
Yeah.
You know?
So yeah, I will agree.
Yeah,
I was
so,
always
like,
bought it for this scene. I was always like, this is fucking cool.
Because they did it pretty well with the Gungans and that whole society, and then the fish scene.
Yes, the fish scene.
That to me is the peak of that whole series of events. Is when it gets to that. Though there's always a bigger fish, because like that's like a line that stuck throughout. Like that came up at least in my childhood. Like that would get mentioned. That was reference. That was a reference point.
There's always a bigger fish.
Yeah, dude. There's always a bigger fish.
Damn, hell yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I will say for me that scene. I also had a Star Wars book.
Yeah,
and it was like pieces of the first episode or like other episodes, but it was basically just the underwater scene. And it was like a kid's book about Star Wars.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And I remember reading through that and just looking through the pictures of the underwater stuff.
Yeah.
So I have like a really close, I don't know, tie to, I get real nostalgic when I see that scene.
So what's your takeaway when you watch that again? Because you watched that recently, right?
Yes.
What was your takeaway on that when you revisited it?
Yeah, I don't know. It was just like there is no takeaway, I guess. I just felt nostalgic.
Yeah.
It's a nostalgia podcast, and I feel nostalgic about it, dude.
So that's fucking it, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. The fish scene was great, how they get through that whole situation. What's the next one we want to talk about then?
Oh, well, the one thing I was going to say about the underwater thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Clever way to do it with, like, bubbles under there. Because, again, you can't really film an interaction. That was the problem with Aquaman, is they're, like, talking.
Yeah.
And, like, he's just having to, like, stand there underwater.
Yeah.
And act normal, whatever. So clever way to do it, where it's like, yeah, it's underwater, but then you're just standing up again,
dude. Which
you can kind of.
And Jar Jar catches so much shit for being a dorky character, but he had to be an amphibian.
He had to be.
He had to be for them to pull off. Dude, they're a genius.
They are.
They had to do that. Jar Jar had to be that character.
He did, and to be honest, I love Jar Jar. That was the reason when I first watched this movie. Jar Jar was the reason I loved it.
And he got so much unneeded shit.
I know, bro. When it started happening, I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Dude,
Jar Jar, my baby.
Show off. This is Sith Jar Jar on our TV. If you see little glimpses of it.
Oh, my bad. Yes.
But yeah, Sith Jar Jar over there.
Look at him.
But dude, do you know about that conspiracy? That's one thing we should touch on while we're talking about Jar Jar.
Yes, Sith Jar Jar. I did
Sith
hear
Jar
about
Jar.
that at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is so interesting to think about, because when you add the context of, I think that they were just showing what they could do with visual effects. If they could have pulled it off in a way that didn't look how corny. Jar Jar looked corny, let's be honest. Revisiting now.
No, for sure.
Corny as fuck.
Those were the parts for me, was like Jar Jar and those underground guys. So I was like, okay, it's still kind of.
I get why it got some shit.
Yeah.
But like having Darth Jar Jar, if they could have pulled it off, is so good. Is so good.
That would be so cool.
I
bro.
want it somehow to make its way so badly now. Just somehow it be revealed in canon in some sort of Disney series that Darth Jar Jar exists.
If it's post, he does not pop up in 4, 5, 6, right? It's just 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
If there's a way to, like, he gets tied into Kenobi, dude.
Oh my God.
He's like the underlying villain for the whole thing.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
dude. Jar Jar, I would lose my shit, and it would also be like, it would be like Star Wars being like, fuck you to everyone who's like, fuck Jar Jar. They're like, hey, guess what? Now you like us.
Yeah.
Now everyone's happy with what we're doing, and here he is again.
I just love the idea of the, like, in the new trilogy where they brought back the Chancellor or whatever, Palpatine, and his, like, menacing laugh, like, over something.
Mm-hmm.
Just doing the same thing with Jar Jar, and then he's just kind of like, what's his laugh? Misa coming for you, Obi-Wan.
Dude, it's this scene when they're like showing the villain, you know how they'll do those hype up things? It's like a hood and you hear the voice.
Yes.
And then you see his snout appear in darkness. And just go. And spit particles are fucking.
Oh, dude. That's exactly how I was picturing it. It was just him like menacing.
Yeah, dude.
Just like this.
Yeah.
This guy underneath there.
Dude, that's Star Wars version of making the Joker. That's like the Joker for the Star Wars
it
world.
totally is. And that's another series that's just like, look how much better it gets. Look how much darker it gets.
It gets so much, you'll love it even more and even more.
We'll bring in Nirvana. You'll love it so much. Something in Have you seen it?
No. Joker or the new Batman?
The new Joker.
Oh, Kyle's here.
Okay, we have a guest coming on.
Yes.
He's coming on for the Patreon. Maybe he'll just be on for some of the pod.
Yeah, he'll be on for some of the pod.
He'll end the pod.
Talk about
Let me bring him in.
Yes,
you carry it for a sec.
So
we'll edit this out.
Yeah, guys, I want to let you know. Come on in, buddy. We already have a mic for you. Come sit down. We're still in the regular pod. We're going to talk about a couple more Star Wars Episode 1 scenes.
You said you're on the thing, and I was like, oh, I think.
Do you want a beer? Yeah, go snag a beer.
There's IPAs and there's Millers, whatever you want.
Yeah, dude. And then your mic's here. We're talking about some Star Wars scenes. Fuck whatever we were just talking about. Whatever we were just talking about is garbage and gone.
Yeah, it's gone forever.
We'll clip it.
Yes.
No. What? No, Kyle. Just sit down.
Here.
Get in here. We were talking about the underwater scene, and we were talking. Do you remember? Do you even remember what we were talking about?
It was a little. We were on Batman for a sec there.
Oh yeah, we were talking about Batman and how Jar Jar would be the Joker of Star Wars.
Of Star Wars. Yes.
Yes.
Dude, I think you should see the new Batman.
We'll watch it.
I think you should. It was pretty good. And then you'll get the reference I just made right there.
Yes.
But I'm glad I didn't do any spoilers. I just did a music spoiler.
A music spoiler.
That's all it was.
Yes. And then did you watch Star Wars Episode 1, Kyle?
I've seen it.
Hold up, let me bring you in.
I've seen it.
There it is.
Okay. So we're gonna we have to talk about the pod race scene and the lightsaber, and then we're hopping into the Patreon. We've been going long.
Okay.
So we need to wrap this up.
Okay.
Anyways.
Yeah. Do you have headphones?
No, we
Nope.
don't.
That's
so
fine.
Are you
Go
okay
fuck
being
That's
with that?
fine. Yeah. That's
Okay.
chill. Yeah.
As long
that's
as you're
fine.
chill.
Yeah. As long as I sound okay.
Yeah.
You sound great.
Okay.
You sound amazing.
Good.
Yeah.
So we want to talk about the pod race scene.
Yes, this one is intimate to me because I did have a pod racing game.
And I feel like we've been talking about the world of Star Wars, and I feel like the pod racing scene is one of the selling points of the whole movie. Because
Yes.
like it was one of those like, look how cool we can do stuff now. Because that
Yes.
scene still hits today.
I enjoy those. Maybe my favorite part of the whole movie. Last night.
Honestly,
Yeah.
honestly, it's
It's
so
fun.
dope,
Yeah.
and they pull it off well, and that's the other thing.
Yes. One thing that I love about it was the whole the Tusken Raiders.
Yeah.
Shooting. And then the new context after watching Book of Boba Fett and stuff, and just like how this is their kind of like they live in these sands and they're kind of being impeded upon by these like racers flying through.
Yeah.
Kind of different thinking about that now too. I don't know. It's just like it adds a new element. It's kind of a new thing.
And dude, that's what's dope about the world they're building on the Disney Plus platform.
Yes.
It's like that's what it is. It's adding
it's just
so
growing,
much.
dude. It's growing
Yes.
out from the Star Wars core.
I fucking love it, dude. And then the
It's
last
got
thing
me
we have to
hard.
talk about, and we'll talk about every movie, and I think rank them by the end.
Yeah, we can rank them.
But
Oh,
the
by the end, not of this episode, but of
the whole series.
The
But
whole
like,
series. Yep.
every Star Wars movie has a big lightsaber fight.
Yes.
That's every single Star Wars movie. And so we're going to talk a little bit, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, were you saying like cut? Were you wanting to be?
Oh, not at all.
Oh, okay.
No.
Do you, can I jump in, or do you
Yeah.
want me to sit
Oh,
here?
yeah, you
I
can jump
sit
in.
Here. Okay. I
Yeah.
can sit here. I can do whatever.
Yeah,
All right,
you
I'll
can
let
you can do whatever.
cut
Yeah,
that.
cut in whenever
Yeah.
you're ready, dude. Yeah.
We are going to talk about the lightsaber fight. If you have anything to add, feel free to add it, or you can wait for the Patreon. It's up
Okay.
to
Yeah.
you.
If I feel something, I can say something.
Yeah,
All right, hell yeah.
if you feel any point textures. But the lightsaber fight, which I feel like is unique because of Darth Maul's lightsaber, was dope as fuck to see as a kid.
Yes.
That was a cool thing that
Yes.
permeated throughout fake lightsaber fights everywhere.
The delay was cool because it was
delay.
like,
Yeah.
And then hell,
yeah, because you didn't see the second one coming. It was pretty badass.
Yeah.
No.
And yeah, they didn't even reveal it the very first battle when he like comes for him on Tatooine. He's like chasing him down where they're about to get away with Anakin. He has a little fight with Qui-Gon that it's very short, but he and Qui-Gon have a fight.
And it's only one.
And he only has one blade out, so they save the reveal.
Yeah, dude.
God, that's fucking great filmmaking.
Great filmmaking.
That's why it might be one of the best Star Wars movies.
I think so.
That's our takeaway overall is that
good,
the prequels are good.
Yeah, prequels are good.
Yes. One thing I would like to go back to about the pod racer scene.
Oh, yeah. What's up with
just
the pod
a quick
racer
thing.
scene?
When he's just such a small kid. That just needs to be addressed.
Yeah.
He's so small in this movie. It's
Tiny.
insane. He's building the robot. I mean, thinking about that now, it's just like Star Wars takes on baby geniuses.
Yeah, he's like the Elon Musk of the Star Wars.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Also, he's only going up against people or, aliens. I don't know what the proper term is, but I feel like they're only pieces of shit.
For the most part, it
Yeah.
seems that way, except there's a couple you feel bad for.
Yeah.
That just seem like, oh, man, my
It's a
thing
hobby.
go wrong.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And people like Sabuba.
Yeah.
They are just savage assholes, man. I'm here for the
Dude,
bag.
That's such a unique and specific impression. Sabuba. Sabuba.
Dude, it's a pod racing game. I would hear his voice in there, dude.
You start freaking out.
Yeah,
he's
like,
behind you.
Oh, shit.
Oh, boy. Dude,
Yeah.
that's the thing with that scene is it made you give a shit about these characters that were only in the movie for a second. All of a sudden, Sabuba became extremely important.
Yeah, he was the villain of that encounter.
Yeah.
But it was straight up seeing Anakin driving that thing. At points, I was just like, this just looks like he's a baby.
He's a baby.
He's a baby driving this thing.
Dude.
It looked like baby geniuses. That's
honestly,
what I'll say.
dude, his little ravioli stolen from John Mulaney line fist just grabbing the fucking handlebars. Yeah, dude, and when something goes wrong, he's like, oh no.
Oh, man.
Dude, he almost should turn to the camera and be like, do you know where my spark plug went?
Can you say magnet? Because, then he uses the magnet.
Yeah.
Frunk, frunk. Yeah, you know
dude,
how it went.
he thinks on his feet.
He is quick with it.
Dude,
Yeah,
damn.
stole that. Yeah.
God. Dude, we honestly, let's just say the lightsaber fight is cool.
It was so badass and also heartbreaking. It was a big heartbreak moment.
Lost Liam Neeson.
Yes. Neeson.
Yeah, he got killed there so that he could go find his daughter,
That's right. He's like, see you guys. I got to go make more movies.
Yeah.
I got to go be in more
I don't
franchises.
have time for this. I have this little project called Taken that I'm going to be doing. And
It's
then
like-
one line from that movie is going to get referenced more than anything I've ever done in my entire career ever.
Dude, I think he just didn't like the fact that Qui-Gon was kind of like raining on his parade. He's like, what are you doing out here with a sword too? I'm the guy. I'm going to go have my own franchise where I'm the guy.
Yeah, I'm the only one.
It's just me and my daughter being and
people
I'm
with
saving
gray hair can be badasses too. Did you guys know that?
I will find you.
Yes. I don't have to fucking go bald. I don't give a shit that that's what Jason Statham did. I don't care. But dude, I think the lightsaber fight overall dope because of the two sword aspect, and the moment where they have to sit down and meditate in the middle.
I was just gonna say
adds so much tension.
It does.
I think this is a very high grade Star Wars lightsaber fight.
It is, and one thing I was also thinking while the lightsaber fight was going on is you brought this up. This is like this music that returns basically during every peak moment.
Yes.
In every Star Wars.
Killer soundtrack.
Yeah, the Duel of the Fates. John Williams is the man, dude.
Yes.
Yeah, he is the man. I've talked about him before, okay? We talked about Home Alone. We had a Home Alone episode.
Yeah, that's right.
He's back, all right?
And
you guys thought he was
good.
gone. He's so fucking good. You watch this movie, you think, God, this is good music.
Yes.
Yeah, and he has it like that.
Who is your music father? That's about to be John Williams, motherfucker.
John Williams. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, it's super cool. The soundtrack. it fucking sets the tone for all these lightsaber battles very well. He's so good at setting an emotion and making you at home feel it.
Yes.
And it adds to the intensity.
Yes. And so then when there's that peaceful, quiet scene where it's just the hum of the wall and him meditating, like waiting for the moment, and Darth Maul pacing back and forth, and poor Obi-Wan like, oh, hopefully I can get back up there.
Yeah.
And he's like, I got this. I'm the Taken guy, you know?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, he's just like meditating on it. I don't need you.
He answers a flip phone. I'll find you, and I'll...
Hold on, let me get out of this movie.
Yeah.
Watch this. It'll be professionally done.
Yeah.
Darth Maul, you take it, okay?
Yeah.
Take my life.
Darth Maul, I have an appointment at 5.
Obi-Wan's taking over the franchise. He was supposed to die. Yeah.
But yeah, dude, that peaceful fucking moment, dude.
Yes. Peaceful. It was. I really liked that moment as well. I think that added to the suspense. I will agree.
And so I say it's the first one. So as of right now, defaulto, it's 1 out of 1. It's the number 1.
Yes, this is number 1 out of all.
We'll have to review the other ones, but I say overall grade, I'd give it like a B+ to an A.
Yes.
Yeah.
B+ to an A.
Yeah. Any crumbs that we should touch on before we go?
Yep, I got a couple things. I'll just quick breeze through here for you guys. Yeah. So, Anakin's mom. All right. Shmi. Which is also apparently another word for weed, I've heard. Anyways, she's just so readily like, oh, so you'll take him to become a Jedi?
Yeah.
You'll take my son away from me? Get him out of here? Which I get it. They're like slaves.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. And she's like happy for her son, but it's also like, oh, you're going to take my son away from me? You know, awesome.
Yeah.
And then also Qui-Gon. Bitch. Qui-Gon? Bitch! Big time bitch. Just take his mom. Just don't be a bitch. Oh,
you have a fucking sword.
Dude, kill the guy who owns the shop. Don't be a bitch. Take his mom.
Yeah.
They did this. The whole thing was just like, we're stronger than everybody. We could kill all these people, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, sorry, we have to earn her freedom. She's a slave, and, you know, slave rules win.
Sorry, the rule of the dice falls once again.
I think that would have solved a lot for Anakin.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah,
Just,
dude.
you know, you'll see when episode 2 and 3 come around, it comes back up.
Yeah.
This slave stuff comes back up, okay? And Qui-Gon was a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'll say. I just
Qui-Gon,
want, that's my take.
bitch.
I know we just gassed him up.
Wait, what was your first takeaway?
Oh, that the mom was so ready to give her son away.
Yeah, yeah.
That was
so
the first thing
Shmi.
where I was like, gee, yeah,
Shmi.
Shmi.
Hell yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
fucking, I think this is going to be a lovely journey as we dive through all these movies. And I think this is a good setting of the stage of what we're going to do with the next 2. And if you want to tag along, watch episode 2. Other than that, help out the podcast by heading over to Spotify. Leave them 5 stars. Apple Podcasts, leave a review. We'll read it out.
Yes.
5 stars there as well. Tell a friend. That would be super helpful.
Oh, yeah, word of mouth, baby.
And then if you want to support monetarily, $5 at patreon.com/pod.
Get that shit a week early, dog.
Yes, and reminder that, yes, the podcast will be available for free on YouTube now, full length. Video will be available for everyone, but the podcast is going to be available 1 week earlier on Patreon. If you're lucky or you have $5, send it on our way.
Yes, and you'll get those extra episodes. Don't forget.
Yes, those extra Patreon episodes that we're about to hop into with our good friend Kyle.
Yes, ready? Qui-Gon, you're a bitch.
You can hear the choir singing. Danny boy, oh Danny, oh boy.
Dude, can I tell you some Irish shit about my family?
Yeah,
On the McGurl side of the family.
the McGurl side.
Yeah, the McGurl, my grandma McGurl.
Yeah.
Luckily, no men, no sons in that family had to be McGurls.
That would be disgusting.
Yes, they were all daughters, 3 daughters. But the one, actually, you know the joke when I talk about my grandma.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that one?
Yeah, that joke.
Yeah.
Love you, Grandma.
Yeah.
But anyways, the McGurls, yeah. So
And my name's Ben.
My name's Ben. Ben McGurl.
Anyways.
This is Ben McGurl.
Ben McGurl. But anyways, that grandma.
Yeah, that side of the family, they do a big, like, what's that holiday? I'm blanking. I'm thinking about my grandma too much. I'm thinking about St. Patrick's Day. They do a big St. Patrick's Day
Oh,
thing.
yeah. They really get into it.
Big time every year. Big party
Of
at one of
course.
their houses. Yeah. And it's even different part of the family. That, like, extended family married into more Irish.
More of a good thing.
More Irish. There's just so much Irish. The O'Connells, dude. You know, there's so many, like, different names in the family.
Apostrophe?
Apostrophe, dude.
Oh, no, those are called commas.
Wham! Bitch! Fuck.
Crushed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, so Danny boy,
Yeah.
every St. Patrick's Day, like my grandma in the family was the musician.
Yeah.
Her son, my father, carried that tradition. He's the musician in the family.
Okay.
So every year they would have my grandma play the piano, Oh Danny Boy, and my dad would sing it for the family. And there'd be many songs throughout the day while everyone's just getting hammered, and that's kind of the thing. But that one was like the whole family cries at this moment together.
For real.
The whole family, it's crazy. And then people like cheer for my dad at the end, and it was like a big thing. Every year it would happen.
Like legit almost cultural moment.
Yeah, it was a bit of a cultural moment for that Irish part of the family.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude, but that's also the side of my family that's just fucking
Of course.
yeah,
dude.
Yeah. It was held together by alcohol for a while there.
Yeah, dude.
And dude, my parents got sober.
Yeah. They're like, wait, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, dude. No, there's too much to go into.
Yeah, way too much. Way too much.
But that's so funny, dude. That is,
that-
you were singing Danny Boy, and I was like, fuck, man, am I about to tear up over here?
Yeah, bro, you can stop that.
You better not sing that.
You make me think of the Cliffs of Dover right now.
Someone plays that next. Isn't that the guitar song, Cliffs of Dover? People just start jamming immediately after. Oh, yeah. Cliffs of Dover.
Yeah, Cliffs of Dover. I think, it's also the famous Cliffs in Ireland.
Oh, yeah, that's also the place. But, you know, for me, musician-wise, you know.
Oh, yeah, you're carrying on the tradition.
I am. I have to carry it
Someday
for
you're
the
going to
family.
be the Danny boy. You're going to be Danny's boy someday.
I think oh, Danny boy. Oh, Danny's
dude.
boy.
Oh, Danny's boy.
Yeah.